Disney Plus, following in the footsteps of Netflix, is about to do a major crackdown on password sharing. And they're even saying right up front that, listen, when we find people that are password sharing, we may just strictly delete their accounts. This comes to us from Variety, who writes the following. If you're piggybacking on someone else's Disney Plus account, you may soon, may soon have to pay up to access the streamer. The Mouse House has notified Disney Plus subscribers in Canada that as of November 1st, unless otherwise permitted by your service tier, you may not share your subscription outside of your household. The notification also informs customers that if the company has determined that a Disney Plus subscriber has violated those terms, quote unquote, we may limit or terminate access to the service and or take any other steps as permitted by this agreement. The language suggests that Disney Plus will be offering new options or a new option or options for account sharing outside of a primary user's household. Okay, now you guys will remember that not long ago, Netflix introduced their big crackdown on password sharing. And everybody said, well, that's it. I'm done with Netflix, right? Everybody said this is going to be the death of Netflix. No one's going to want to be on Netflix anymore. But what was the actual truth? What actually happened? They had their biggest subscriber jump in years. That was the result. And they did a smart thing where they introduced kind of a halfway point. They said, okay, listen, you can, instead of getting your own Netflix subscription, you can be added on to somebody else's subscription for about half the price. Because I believe, what is it, $7.99? I think you can add yourself onto somebody else's account for $7.99, right? So they offered kind of a halfway point. And despite the fact that everybody, speculated that people were going to leave Netflix in droves, the real thing that happened was they had their biggest subscriber boost because all these people who were, leeching off of other people's accounts, they got their own. And now Disney, in the big mouse tower, looked down and saw that all happening and said, we want a little bit of that too. And so they did let people know a while ago they were going to be looking at cracking down, and they're going to start that crackdown now November 1st, and they're going to start in the market of Canada. Why they have to do it to Canadians first, I don't know. Why do you got to blame it on Canada? But that's what they're doing.
The biggest offenders.
Them Canadians with
They're
their ice hockey.
Too friendly, baby.
Poutine, and we see through that fake friendliness.
Don't lock your doors.
That's
Share
right.
your
Don't lock our
Netflix.
doors. That was the biggest thing to Anne, I think.
Yeah,
When
that's
the first
crazy
time
to me still.
First time I took her to Canada, and we got to my parents' house, and I just opened the door and walked in. She goes, wait, Canadians actually don't lock their doors? I'm like, we've never locked our doors my entire life.
Dang, if you had closer neighbors.
But even when we lived in neighborhoods.
What's for dinner?
Yeah, even when we lived in neighborhoods. The reason Ray's saying that, because my family lives on the ranch now. They live at the Campea Ranch. But when I was younger, we lived in neighborhoods, and we all just left our front doors unlocked, because that's Canada, baby.
Yeah, share your Netflix passwords.
Share your Netflix
Your
passwords.
Disney Plus passwords. Go ahead.
And they don't even have hockey on Netflix. Go figure. Listen, I think this is going to be the same result here, Chris. I think what Netflix experienced.
Oh, you mean Disney Plus? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think what Netflix experienced with their crackdown, which led to actually a big growth in subscribers, I actually think the same thing is going to happen with Disney Plus here. They're going to do the crackdown. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. Signing your life away to a big wireless provider is kind of like being trapped on a roller coaster from hell. Sure, it looks like fun at first. They probably even threw in a free phone, but now you can't get off. Month after month of insane bills and unexpected thrills, like overages and surprise fees. If that sounds like your current big wireless plan, it's time to get off the ride with Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are just $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for just $15 a month. You guys know before I came to Mint Mobile, I was paying triple what I am paying now on the standard big wireless plan, and I will never go back. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped right to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. Now they've gone one step further though, Chris, and made it a little bit more serious because they're not just saying, "Oh, don't be naughty." They're saying, "Hey, if we think you're doing this, we're just going to terminate your account." And I don't think Netflix went that far. Anyway, what do you think about Disney Plus taking this step now?
I mean, the Disney Gestapo taking your account away is a little intense, but I do think that they will have the same results as Netflix because people become dependent on it. Well, dependent's a strong word, but they really want it. They like being able to pop their kids in front of all this Disney IP, and they're going to pay for it. Because after you tune into something regularly, I think people are going to keep showing up for it. And yes, they'll pay that difference and they'll get their own streamer. I already kicked everyone off of all of my things so long ago. So all these password crackdown things, I'm like, have they not done it yet? Come on. I'm making my little brother pay for all his shit right now. So I do think, though, that, I don't know, they've made a product that so many people want that I do think they'll just see a subscriber increase. Now, whether or not people stay on once they're paying for it themselves, who's to say? It'll depend on the content they keep turning out. If it is still kind of hit or miss Star Wars things, if it is still kind of hit or miss Marvel things, maybe you'll see a decline. But for right now, I think just for the actual Disney stuff that's on there, that kind of Disney Vault access, if you will, I think that's enticing enough to get people to subscribe on their own accounts.
Yeah, and again, I think the trend that we saw with Netflix is going to carry. I think the same thing is going to happen. I think we're going to hear a lot of people say, "Rah!" But at the end of the day, I think we're about to see a Disney Plus subscriber bump. I think we're about to see their numbers go up. And if they do, then you're going to start seeing other streaming services kind of following suit here too. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Do you think, like, if you're somebody who's borrowing somebody else's Disney Plus, password, are you going to sign up yourself now? When Netflix did it, everybody said no, but they clearly did. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen here. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.